another week. I hope everyone had a great Easter and remembered that Jesus died for us, and beautiful weekend. It's gonna be cold and yuck this week. Okay, so we're on Algebra, week 31, day 1. We are grading. Ooh, something touched my board. We're grading 3.24 through 46 even. I think that's what it said. Yep. Okay. So here we go. Number 4 is 3. Number 5, 6 is 20. 8 is 4 over 7. If you have the decimal, it's okay, but if you should have got to 4 over 7 somewhere in your work. Number 10 is 16. Number 12 is write and solve an equation to find your average speed of the trip to St. Louis to Dallas. You drove 630 miles in 10 hours. 10 and a half hours. So this should 10 and a half times x equals 630 is what they have. That's a sample. You could have 630. You could have if you have something 10 and a half times something equals that, that's what you need. Or this divided by this equals x. The answer is 60. So if you got to 60, you got the right answer. Okay. 14. The opposite is multiply by 6. 16. The opposite is multiply or times by -4. 18. We should divide by -9/4. Okay. 20 is no. 22 is yes. 24. I don't like that. It's ugly. Okay. 24 is 11. 26 is -9. 28 is 6. 30, -8. 32, 9/10. 34, -10. 36, 246, right? 36, 36. Sorry, 246. Pause it, go back if you need to go back just a little bit so you can see that, okay? 38 is 0. 39 is -90. Let's do, we don't need 39. Okay. 40 is 30. 42 is 24. 44 is 17. 46, last one, is 16. Okay. So, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Out of 22. So how many wrong out of 22? Okay. today's lesson is 3.3 multi-step equations. So this is still a review for you guys. Okay? So they're going to give you guys equations with fractions, but it's not really fractions. Like that. Okay. So step 1, get rid of that number by itself. So 1, -6, -6. A negative minus a negative is a bigger negative. So we're at -14. So we have 1/3 x equals -14. You have to divide by 1/3, which means you have to flip it. So you're going to times by 3/1. So 14 times 3 is where we're at. Is 4. So this x, and there's one negative here, so -42. That's where we're sitting at that point. Okay? Okay. Let's do another one like that. Simplify. They don't want to give me another one like that. Okay. Anyways, 2x. I don't know why I wrote 2x. Okay, here we go. Sorry. 7x minus 3x minus 8 equals 24. So you have two options. You can get rid of this 8 first or combine these two. I'm going to combine these two. So this will be 4x. And then I'm going to plus 8 to get this to equal over here. So 24 plus 8 is 32, right? And then you have to divide by 4, divide by 4. So then we have x equals 8. Does that make sense? Okay. Good deal. Okay, let's do another one. If we do, this says just simplify. So you have to distribute, so you have 6 minus 18x. That's just the simplify on that one. Okay. Okay, this one. 5x plus 3 times x plus 4 equals 28. Okay, so step 1, distribute that 3 so we know what we're dealing with. So we have 3x plus 12, 5x. Now this looks just like the one we just did, equals 28. So again, you have two choices. Combine those two, subtract self. So minus 12, and I'm going to leave that here. And then I'm going to combine these two, which is 8x, right? And then equals 16. So divide by 8, x equals 2. Okay? So again, it's just watching your negatives, solving the equations. Okay. Here's a harder one where they're going the other way. Frankie's favorite. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and distribute this. Now this one, you're like, well, how do I distribute that? Well, first, we're like 6/5 x, right? And then, so this will be 3 times 6/5. So 6 times, and this is basically 3/1. So 6 times this is 18 over 5, right? Okay. Whoa, they did this weird. Okay, I'll just finish it this way. So I have plus 18 over 5. Okay. So how did we get this? We times it by that, right? What if we got rid of that before we had to distribute? So what they're saying is, I'm rewinding here. Okay, what they're saying is, this says 6/5 times this whole thing, right? So what if we divide by negative 6/5, which means we have to flip it and times it over here to 5 over 6 negative. Do you see a simplify? I do. This will be 11 and 1. So then we have negative 55, which makes this so much easier. Sorry, I'm going to erase that part. And then what's left over here after we get rid of that is x plus 3, right? So then we just have to minus 3. Now a negative minus a negative is a bigger negative, so now I have negative 58 equals x. So that was like really easy the way they did it versus super hard, like distributing first. Okay, let's do another one like that because that was kind of hard. Okay, so negative 24 equals 4 over 3 times x minus 7. Okay, so what they're saying is get rid of this first before you distribute. So you're going to divide the whole thing by 4 over 3, which means you have to flip it to 3 over 4. Okay, so then those two cancel each other out. So what's left over here is x minus 7. Okay. Okay, so that equals, I see a simplify right here, 4 and 24, so that goes 1 time, this goes 6 times. So now I have 3 times negative 6, which is negative 18. Now I'm going to plus 7, which is really add 7. Well, I mean like subtract it. So this is 11, negative 11 equals x. So there's those ones. That's kind of the harder one. I'm going to work back now. Okay, so I have 5x plus 3x, or 3 times 4x plus 4 equals 28. So what they did tell you to do on this one is distribute first because there's other stuff on this side. So I have 3x plus 12, 5x equals 28. So minus 12, which I feel like we did this one already. Huh. Yeah, we did this one already. 8x equals 16. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. Okay? X equals 2. Okay? The last one I'm going to show you guys says 4x minus 3x minus 2 equals 21. So they want you to distribute this first, which this is 3x minus 6. Oh, this was negative, so this is positive, because negative 3x times 2 is 6. So I have 4x minus 3x equals 6, plus 6 equals 21. So minus 6, which is 15. And then 4x minus 3x is 1x. Guess what x equals? X equals, man, I can't get that to go away, 15. Done. Okay, so some of them are going to be easy like that. Some of them are going to be a little bit harder. Okay, so for your guys' equations today, you guys are going to do 3.3. 4 through 36 even. Yeah. 4 through 36 even. Actually, not even, just 4 through 36. They're easy. Yeah. Or, I hope you keep watching. Okay, let's do 4 through 40, and then I feel okay about doing evens. Okay? So, your math today is 3.3, 4 through 40, even. Okay, see you tomorrow.